So on Facebook, as you're joining, let me know where's that you're connecting from. Let me see. Yes, awesome. So we're live here on Instagram. Let me check the camera. All right. So better. No. Yes. All right. So as you're joining on Facebook or on Instagram, please let me know where's that you're connecting. It's gonna be a great pleasure to say hello to you. And today I'm gonna be talking about this business model, this thing that I want to show you that might really change the way that you see things and you do business. And maybe if you are, looking for a new way to actually create an income for you and your family, this might be a solution. Maybe you're looking for something else, something additionally to do to what you already are doing with your job, or maybe you have a business, a local business, and whether you're located in Europe, the US, or Mexico, or anywhere else, please let me know here in the comments where's that you're connecting. I am very happy to be here with you, and I really want to talk about new opportunities, new ways of doing things. And today, I think that it'll be more than really amazing to say hello to you. Type number one if you're watching live. Type number two if you're watching on a replay. And well, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Danny Nedelko, and I am originally from Mexico. I live in Nashville, Tennessee. And, I help people make money online. That's what I do for a living. People ask me what I do, where do you work? Well, that's what I do. We basically, me and my husband, develop a business model where you can actually plug and play. You don't have to invest anything, literally just your time, which is the most expensive thing, just dedicating your time and efforts. I think that's the most beautiful thing you can do for yourself and for your family. We have great products. We have great products that people need and people love. And people actually get results. So we have a business model where, today I'm going to be talking a little bit about, and also my story on how I ended up doing these things for a living. So as you know, I studied music, and I'm a professional singer, and I also play the piano and I compose and all those things. But I want to tell you one thing. When the rubber hits the road and you're trying to make a living for you and your family, you need to take some decisions. So today, I'm gonna show you this business model that can change your life, or that you could potentially evaluate, or actually just give it a try, so you can see if this is something that might work for you. If you're a person of vision, if you are a person that is entrepreneurial, if you are even if you don't have a business, even if you don't own a business, but you are always thinking about new things to do, or if you like to do side gigs, if you like to work on different things to supplement your income, maybe this is something that is for you. And I show people to have their businesses online and launch them in different markets. You can start local, you can start online. We have 40 different countries where we're shipping actively from our company. And you can actually build a career. I mean, I'm not inviting you to be a salesperson. If you love sales, this is going to be really good for you. If you don't, that's also completely fine. It is a business model. How does it work? I would love to sit down with you. I'm going to be having a business opportunity webinar coming up very soon. If you want more information, just type in the chat info, or send me a direct message with the word info, and I will be glad to just get you all the information so you can connect with us and get all these things. So what am I inviting you to do today? How many of you will agree? And type number one if you're watching live, type number two if you're watching on a replay. How many of you will agree that always there's always something happening in our life? Since I was a student, then I was a new mom, and something always is always happening. Like, the car breaks, or there's something happening with the appliances, or the kids need this and that and the other, or you need to go to the doctor, or things that you don't expect unless you're super duper rich, which even if you are rich, even when you become a millionaire, you will be having a different mindset than if you are not, like those of us who are self-made. And um there's always something happening, right? And if you have a fixed income, if you have just one income from probably you, your spouse, your partner, or just you by yourself, you don't have room for other things that are unexpected, right? It's just type number one if you're watching live, type number two if you're watching a replay, type number three if you agree with this, that we sometimes don't expect to get sick or to have a car wreck or to any of those things. I can tell you one thing that I experienced and how is that I found these type of businesses for myself. And honestly, I was not really open. And even if you're not open, even if this is not for you, you should just give it a try, just at least listen. Let me tell you my story quickly. I was in a situation where I needed to move from Mexico to the US. There was a personal issue, going on in my life, and we need to relocate. So I was not very happy about it. I was not in a good moment of my life. It was not the best or the easiest. And, that's, irrelevant. But at the same time, I want to mention it because it is when you're broke inside that you most need help. It is when you're broke, not only in your finances, but it is when you are not knowing where to step, your next step, and we're not knowing where you're going to go. That's when you need help. So thank you for being here. Just let me know here in the chat if you're watching live with the number one, number two if you're watching on a replay. Please subscribe here on YouTube or on Twitter, and also on Facebook. It's gonna be really good for me to see your beautiful face, but I appreciate you watching here. So anyways, as I was saying, I discovered this business model as I was in a very strange situation in my life. And I'm going to tell you one thing. It was one of the best things that happened to me. That I was broke, yes. That I was broken, also. That I was not in as at my best as a human being, yes. But I'm going to tell you one thing. Sometimes we need to hit rock bottom so we can actually wake up to the possibilities that we have before us. Obviously I studied music and I love sales. I'm going to tell you very honest, you don't have to love sales for you to make a better living for you and your family. Maybe you're like me, who you had a business, but maybe you have a job and it's not going well, or you're always having to supplement the income with something else. And if that's you, I am very sure that I can help you, because I was at the moment where I lost my income, I lost my business, I had to restart. And I found a business model where you don't have to have employees, you don't have to have a physical place where you need to actually just rent out a building or something like that. You don't need inventory. You don't need any of those things. The only thing you need is, number one, you need to be hungry. You need to be willing, coaching, teachable, and able to really take on the task of making things happen. That's the only thing you need. Yes, there's a business model. I really went to a business opportunity meeting, like I'm inviting you to be a part of in the next few days. We're going to be having several business meetings. And I was skeptical, but one thing caught my attention. You don't need to have a whole bunch of investment. You don't need to, buy a whole bunch of products. I didn't need to be just in one location, and you can do it online. And I want to tell you one thing that really caught my attention. Immediately after I saw the business model, I made my calculations. I asked the person that invited me, which is my dad and other people, how much can I be making, if I have this amount of customers? And then I started focusing own customers. Who can I serve? How can I get more people to take a look at this service? Because it was a service and a product as well. So long story short, I ended up knowing how to do these things because first of all, I just needed to make some money. That's the true story. I just need to make extra cash. And I ended up building a team. You can also build a team of people where you can show them and guide them the same way as you are learning. So I started getting customers, and I'm not going to tell you it's easy because it's not. And if sales is not your number one thing, it's completely fine. But if it is, like me, you're going to do tremendously well. And more than anything, if you're hungry for more, then it might be really good for you because you can make a lot of money in this type of business, in this type of industry. There are different products and services. We are in the skincare, industry. We are also in the food and supplements industry. So there's a lot of people that buy things for their body. There's a lot of people who supplement, their nutrition. There's a lot of people in the US that do that. There's a lot of people in Europe. There's tons of people that are there waiting for somebody to show them an option for their food supplements or their skincare. And that's what we do all day long. It's something really cool that you can do. Just plug and play. You don't need to have $10,000 or even $500 or nothing. You just need to be willing to connect to the system. And, you can start as soon as today and you can start making money immediately. We pay daily. Yes. And let me tell you one thing. You can either go and apply for another job, which is good if you're needing extra income, or do a gig. But I'm going to tell you one thing. Once you do an online business, it's like adding another source of income. You don't need to quit your job. You don't need to quit what you're doing. But, if you start supplementing your income instead of you driving, to deliver food or doing different things on the gig economy, or just applying for another job or getting more hours at your job, you can actually start building a business from your home with your phone and just start making money. Because every time somebody purchases from your business online, you start making money every single time. And you also get paid by teaching other people what you learn. That's incredible. So how much can I earn, Danny? I'm going to tell you very honestly. I started just wanting to get some extra income and get the ability to have freedom from just not having to ask for money from my spouse, or not have to ask permission to do things. That's how I started. And it developed in a way that I went to other countries without having to go to another countries. From my computer, from my phone, I was able to find customers in different places through the people that I knew. And then, you go little by little. It's like a snowball. You start little. You might start just paying your credit card off. You might start just paying your school off, or just the weekly gas. Just picture this. What business allows you the opportunity to do it from home with no inventory, with not, renting any office space, and actually getting paid, for your gas? Just for your gas. I'm just talking real money here. I'm not talking about you're gonna make millions and billions of dollars or anything like that. Although you can. I'm gonna tell you how I started and where I was headed, how I saw the industry and the beauty of experiencing financial freedom. Yes, it happens. Do you have setbacks? Absolutely. Do you have months where you're not going to have everything figured out? Yes, like in any other business. But this business model online allow me to travel the world, allow me to show other people that I care for how to make money, and also allow me to take our products to people that really need them. So how much can I make? The sky's the limit. They always say this, but I'm going to be very real with you. You can start as little with, just a few dollars, a few euros, and then you can scale. Now you have one customer, you have two customers, you have three customers, and every single month, we make sure that you have this customer contacted so they can get their products for the next month if they need them. Okay. So usually when you build a customer base in any type of business, in any business model, whether you sell computers or clothes or whatever, it's really nice to have repeating customers. That's what we aim for, even online. We are delivering our products here in the United States, in Mexico, and the entire European Union, which is 27 countries. We have also the ability to build this business in Serbia, in Macedonia, and also in different parts like Canada and Asia. So it is a great business model. You don't have to pay a dime to build your website. You don't have to pay for customer support. You don't have to pay for none of those things. It's like Amazon. You literally create your account, you see the products and services. I recommend that you try some of them or at least one so you can have your personal experience. And then from there, we show you how to build this business. So we have over 2,000 people making money every week in our company. We have a lot of people that have reached the highest ranks, and we have a bonus, which is the saving bonus that we give you 10,000 euros at some point, just completely for free. We're adding this to your wallet because we have this specific bonus. It's really incredible. So we have many other things, but how much can you make? You can make just a few $100, a month, a week, a day, I don't know. And then you can build, like many people in our company, we have several of them. I can verily surely say that we have mentored more than 1,000 people to make a full-time income online. And if you want to know how to make it, I'm here and I would love to teach you. If you're interested to know how to make $100, $500, or 1,000 or $2,000 in the next 2 or 3 months, I'm here. I'm your girl. Just send me the message, info. We're going to get connected. It's going to be a pleasure to guide you. And I'll see you very soon. We're going to be talking about our products on Monday at 12 Central Standard Time and 7 p.m. Europe time. So if you want to be a part to see what products we have, send me a message as well. If you want to talk business immediately, I'm here.